Warning, this program contains strong language and content that might require actual thought and critical thinking. Viewer discretion is advised. It's that time. Time to kick off your shoes, time to get grounded and reclaim your magic, and time to fly. We are the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe, and this is Tarot with an Attitude, featuring the Bangarang man himself, the Reverend Rob Lee. Good evening and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. Bangarang, 5 p.m. Eastern. I am here, and as you can see, unfortunately, I'm here by myself, but everybody will be joining us. We're going to have a good time. As promised, 5 to 7 p.m. We're in no hurry tonight. Mr. Bruce will be joining me a little later in the show, but right now, let's get some things started, and let's just find out what's going on. This is the place to get grounded. This is the place to get barefoot, yell bangarang, and remind yourself that what you put out is what you get back. Once you realize that, wrap it in gratitude and are thankful for what you have and different things, you will be able to reclaim your magic, and then you will find your wings and you will fly. Man, a lot going on this weekend. Christina, hello. Good to see you. Love you. Hope everything's well. Mary Ann, glad you are here. Let's see what's happening. More people coming through the door as we speak. Indigo, Heart, Bangarang Rev, and all the Bangarang Tribe. Going to be a lot more people joining us. Things are happening here. Things are going on. No, I promised some things with Kevin. Just some things have changed, so you know what's going on. And we're going to continue on our own little paths and things like that. But we're going to have a great time. But it did open me up to being on in some of the evenings. So I want to make sure that we're here. I'm going to be bringing some guests on. Like I said, Mr. Bruce will be joining me after a while. We're going to talk a little news, dudes, and tudes and see what's kicking around in the travel world. Those things, maybe some restrictions are lightening up. All kinds of things that are going on. Also, remember, this Saturday coming up, 4 o'clock, as I discussed on the Dr. Charlie Ward show, I want you to realize there's a class, ascendedmasters.store. The link is down below. This is my Tarot Simplified 2. So we're going to be getting together and doing some actual spreads. We're going to be doing some reading some cards. And this time, whoever wants to be live with me on camera and interacting, we're going to make that happen. So we have that to look forward to. We do have, remember, this is where you can get hold of me to book a session. Things are happening. Things are going on. Check it out and let's find out what's happening in and around us. So I'm hoping everybody's having a good time. I hope we're all ready to get going, and let's sit back and kick back and let's talk some beautiful things. Let's talk about 5D, whatever it is you want to talk about. But also, I've got the cards are all sitting right here. As we come in, see, I have 3 beautiful decks. What I want you to do, this is deck 1, this is deck 2, this is deck 3. You tell me when you post your question what you want, what you would like a reading about. I'll go into some more detail today, and you tell me which deck you're drawn to, and that'll be something we're going to do. I'm going to be playing with posting some things over the weekend that you can use throughout the week, where you can go to different things about your signs and all of that kind of stuff. We're going to be expanding, doing some great and wonderful things. So let me know what's going on, and let's see what's happening. Man, I've had so much going on. Wow. So spent the day with Jay and April, the first half of the day, getting some things going, checking it out. We have some things we're pushing around, moving around. You really need to find out. We have so much going on. The following week, there is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, We are having the mindfulness course. We found out the link wasn't working. Some things were happening. People are having a hard time getting in here. This is a course you need to be present for. And again, I'll bring you in live with me. And we're going to talk about ways to get into meditation, ways to set up and pray, ways to be present and mindful while you're doing some things. So let's talk about that. Some of those different things. Let's start today. 4/11. Today is a magical number day. Today is an 11. We have 2 ones, the first of the repeating numbers. We are talking here about new beginnings squared, basically. Looking at things, starting some things, and finding out what is going on. The new beginnings, these things are going to happen. What we're talking about here is new beginnings coming together for a 2, the ultimate 2, and making sure that things are alive and working for you. Today, April 11th, that number 11. Wow, pull some things forward. Hope you were able to use that. Hope you were able to grab that and move on and rock your day. What are you doing to set your evenings? How are you trying to get some things around? And what are you doing to actually move on and move forward? How can I help you? What can we do? There are a lot of things happening in and around the world. Maybe we just need to talk about some of them. If you have questions or whatnot, you want me to do a reading on something, absolutely let me know. So I am going to start here. I'm going to bring this deck out. Haven't used it in a while, the Lost Tarot, and let's see what's happening, what's going on. What I want to see is I'm going to ask Spirit to talk to us about what we need to know about things that are happening in and around our world right now. So let's talk. Let's find out what's going on. Put a question in. Tell me if you want the green deck, if you want the gold deck, or if you want the deck with all of these on it. So this is what we'll do. I'll bring them back out and we will show you here directly so you can see what is going on. I want you to be able to pick the deck that you want. Christina, can I get some cards for the upcoming week? I'll let you pick the deck. Okay. But right now, let's start here. We will get there. I'll bring that up, Christina. Let's talk about what people in general need to know. What is Spirit trying to tell us? What things are happening? Where are we going with this? And let's see what's going on in our world all around us. Okay. So again, gracious Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, open my heart, open everybody else's heart for the magic and the message that you have. Let us understand that this is downloaded from you, that you are speaking. This is not Rob, and keep me out of the picture as we move forward. So mote it be. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. Okay. So as we get started on today, and I'm going to keep some things slowed down, because I know people got to take some time to get in here, and it's been a little bit of a different thing for people. All right. So what I'm seeing for everybody right now, the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is about conflict. A lot of people don't know what to do, don't know what's happening in and around the world. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here. We have change, a Knight of Coins. So let's take a look here first. The 5 of Swords. Man, we have been through some crap, haven't we? Everybody's been through this together, and it's time for some change. This is a time for change, and it's time to move on some beautiful and wonderful things for us in our spiritual world and in our spiritual life. Let me know what's going on. Talk to me here. What I'm seeing here is the need to remember this conflict has been a mental conflict, and sometimes we have done some things we wish we hadn't have done, and it's time to understand things are changing. We don't know how to think. Maybe it's time to put a new spin on what we're learning, what we're saying, and new dialogue. The Knight of Coins is here to talk about moving forward in the physical world. We got a lot coming at us. If I look at today, I have a 21 total, 4, 11, and 6. Okay. 15 and 6, 21, 2. Partnerships, dualities, things like that. The 1, new beginnings, things like that. 21, though. 2 and 1 come together for a 3. It's about working together, seeing some new things, and using creativity as you move through the life. It's collaboration, learning for all of us to pull together that we need to pull together and see what is moving on in this world, as Spirit says it. The King of Wands. Sometimes right now, It's time for us to take charge, maybe listen to a little advice from somebody that is older or more wiser, but this is about your passion and desires. What this is saying here, that in the spirit is saying it is time to take charge of your dreams and everything you want. What are you doing to push forward and to move forward? We have the 6 of coins. It's time to give back. It's not all about taking. It is about giving and receiving. It's about helping others because if you are able to learn from something that you did or that you have come. What I have here is the Hierophant. We have to have structure. There are things that need to be, and we need to remember that we can learn and that there are values and tenets we need to hold dear to. That's what's going on. And what we're seeing right now is the world, we're all arguing about which values and tenets should be out there. And you know what? We're getting to a point, though, where we're fighting amongst ourselves and there's more anger coming from this, trying to force our opinion down other people's throat. I want to see that stop. I want to see people learn to listen. It is time to break free. It is time to move forward. It is time to allow things to happen and to understand the hurt is done. The battle should be done. It is time to move forward in our mind into another mental world. 7 of Cups. Some decisions need to be made, and these things need to happen here, now, and about other people, and reminders that love is so important. That's how we're going to make it. That's how we're going to manifest some things. That's how we're going to bring some things into real life, is to remember it's all about us living together. This is huge. This is powerful. Doesn't mean you have to sell out who you are, what you are, or what you believe in, but that's where we're at. So those of you who are driving home, who's listening, welcome. Glad you are here. Bangarang. This is the Reverend Rob. This is Tarot with an Attitude. Love to see some people here and glad you are joining in. So Christina was asking, can I get some cards for the upcoming week? I'll let you pick the deck. Let's take a look. I'll use the same. You know what? I'm being told, I don't know. I got to see which deck I'm going to use. All right. I am being driven to this deck. All right. Let's find out what's happening here. Can I get some cards for the upcoming week? Today is a Monday. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's take a look at it this way, Christina. All right. Today was a Monday. All right. Let's start with Tuesday and we'll just kind of work our way through and see what's happening. Y'all can just kick it right on in here. Tarot with an Attitude. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. And most of all, share. Hit that bell so you can get some notifications. Going to be starting to come back on. Going to be doing a lot more interviews, things like that. We're going to make this happen for everybody. So come on, join in, and let's see what's going on. So, Christina, here we go. Got my coffee going here. Christina. All right. We're going to go here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let me get these up here and bring this in so you can see them. We're going to start right here, and then I'll bring up Saturday and Sunday for the weekend. Christina, here's what you're looking for. Tuesday, what I see tomorrow, Knight of Swords. This is about, or 8 of Swords. There's something that's going on. Don't let it get you down. There's going to be some worry, going to be some stress about, did I do this right? Did I do that right? Or whatnot. Remember to understand the 8 is about not seeing what's going on around you because we get so caught up. The 7 of Cups, that's Tuesday, Wednesday. Make a decision. Decisions are being made. And some of these decisions, you got to follow your heart, not necessarily going through your mind. But what I see is worry leading into needing to make a decision, and understanding change is around the corner. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday is going to be a day for change. You might be getting set up on something. You might be getting ready, thinking everything's going to go your way. Be ready for the wheel to shift and be ready for plans, directions, or whatnot to change. Friday is going to be about working with other people, collaboration, the 3 of Cups. So here's what I see for you. Something that you're going to be worried about tomorrow, okay? You're going to be worried about it, but if you'll just make a decision, make sure that Wednesday goes okay, you'll actually come back into this, and it's okay to make a decision based on your heart and what you feel. Be ready for some change throughout this week, as this change is going to come about and bring about some things that might test your emotions, might test your sorrow. Use your creativity, use some things that are going for you to make sure, and other people will join in. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Saturday, we have the Knight of Cups. Whatever happens this week, move on. Put it to your back and move on. Leave it behind. This is about movement. There are some things that are going to happen, things that you're going to need, and it's okay to walk away and say, but it's moving. It's going to be moving. And then when I look at Sunday, Nine of Cups. Guess what? You're going to bring some things into fruition. You're going to bring some things into your life. It's time to manifest. All right? Nine of Cups. This is a beautiful Nine of Cups that we have here. And I want you to see that she's sitting back, relax, understand. You will feel fulfilled about your week. So that's how your week's going to end. You just got to get there, and some things are going to happen. And this is what's going on. So you know how to deal with it. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Put it in the hands of God. Put it in your hands of your spirit and say, show me what I need to do to make decisions. Things will change. So I'm going to have to revamp my plans, and I'm probably going to have to include some other people in it. On the weekend, I get to move forward with whatever makes me happy, whatever makes you personally happy. And you're going to have a great weekend. You're going to live through it and see everything come to fruition that you've been working hard for. I see Sunday as being a day of rest, that you're going to need to get some rest because some things are happening, and that is what is going on. So, bangarang. There you go. That's what I have for you, my dear. Let me know how that happens. Do me a favor, and I tell people all the time, journal. Journal what happens throughout the week, and we can see this. We can go back and take a look at it. When this is over, you can back up, take a look, and see what is going on. Write down those cards, but then kind of see where you're headed. Make sure you have that for tomorrow. Okay, a little bit of stress coming your way tomorrow, and I know I hate journaling. I'm not that big at it either, but sometimes it really helps. What Gillian does is like pause the tape. Take a picture, see what's going on when you bring some things up and you bring some things out, and let's see what's happening and move forward. You know, there's a lot going on right now in the world and around the world about different things. What do we need to know about nationally? Where are we going? What is happening? Let's talk about that a little bit. You know, nationally, a lot of things are kicking around or whatnot. Normally, I don't get into this too much, but let's do it right now. We need some positivity. We need people to understand no matter what tomorrow brings, things will change. We need to work together. We need to plow through this, and we need to make sure that each of us are in the right frame of mind and able to accept what's coming so we can deal with it. Dealing with it has become to be a huge and powerful thing. So when I say nationally, where are we at with the country coming up here? What do we need to know? Okay? What do we need to know? At some point, we have to stop fighting amongst ourselves and remembering what this is all about. All right. So the first card I have here, Judgment. Wow. That's pretty powerful when we're talking about what's going on nationally. All right. Let me bring this over. Judgment, a lot of times talking about some changes coming. Some things are going to happen. Okay. And we're going to be looking at doing things in a different way or whatnot. I hope these are some positive changes and not trying to be grounded in state thought, state thinking, but that we can come together and we can think. The only way we're going to do this is to come together. Things are going to change. I have the Four of Coins. What I'm getting here on this is in the world, we're seeing a little bit of selfishness going on. I want what I want. It's okay to be grounded, but remember, your grounded may not be somebody else. That's what's happening. So make sure that as you do this, you understand, you get grounded, know what you're doing, know what you want, but be careful about being so inset on yourself that things aren't working out for you. The Page of Swords. Think about things, learn, use some knowledge, and make sure these things are coming through to you so you can get grounded in them and know what you're wanting to do. Nationally, what I see, burden, more stuff coming. Our desire, we're going to have to put some stuff down. There's some stuff we can't keep carrying all this stuff, but burdens are coming. Things are happening. Some things are coming to an end. I think as people look up and see different things, even people that had certain thoughts 4 months ago or 5 months ago, they're having different thoughts now. The world is here. We are capable. And I think we're going to find out that America is going to play more of a part in the world. That's what this is talking about. And we're going to be being looked at very close by other people, but we can be happy. This is the 5 of coins. We have to make sure there is help. We have to look at this. Not everything's written in stone, and help is closer than it appears. Sometimes we need to stop what we're doing and say, I need a little bit of help. Nationally, I think that's the thing we need to look at. What's going on? Where can we say as a nation, you know what? Maybe we need some help and guidance from above. Maybe we need some help and guidance from someplace other than deep within ourselves. Let's get grounded and understand the roots of what is happening. So, bangarang. Let's see what's going on. Ursula, good to see you. Glad you are here. Bangarang, welcome. Hello, Mary and Tribe. I love it when everybody's checking in. And hello, hi to Indigo. People are bouncing in and out, things like that. I think they're trying to figure out what's going on. Some plans have changed from when I talked to y'all last Friday. Some things have happened, so we're going to be doing this, but I'm going to start running some evening shows myself and seeing what's happening and making sure we have a positive place to talk. If you got questions, if there's something on your mind, go ahead and pop them in. Let's go ahead and open it up to open discussions about something that may be bothering you, something that may be triggering you, something that you're like, I'm not happy with this, and I want to know. Let's bring it up. Here in a little bit, Sir Bruce, Mr. Bruce, will be joining me, and we will be able to go here. We'll have his input on some things. We'll talk about travel and things like that. It's positivity. End of the day, a lot of us have been working very hard today, and it's time to fill it with some positivity before you go to bed. These are before you even get home, before you eat your dinner. Breathe with me. Let's take a moment, everybody, and just breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel that energy flow, feel a rush, bring it in, and let's see what's going on. I know this is an off-the-wall time. I think people are confused about what's happening. That's okay. We're going to make some things work, and things are going to change. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we will be having Tarot with an Attitude, the usual show at 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Now, also, I'm going to be on a show like at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I forget, Talk in the Night or something like that. It's going to be really cool. Let's see what's happening there. I'm going to be talking to some people about let's getting back to maybe a tipsy tarot night or wine and spirit night. I need to reach out. There are some things we're going to talk about. Let me know your ideas and what you need to do. If you have a question or something you'd like us to take a look at, put it in there. I'll be glad to take a look. We're not going to be rushing through this tonight. We're taking our time. We're letting some things happen. We're going to let some things breathe. We're going to open this bottle of wine and let some spirit fly. Let's see what's happening. So, you know what? I have been so busy. I don't even know what went on around the world today. Is there something I need to know? Is there something y'all need to tell me? Is there something you want to talk about? Let's find out. I'm going to go with news. We're going to start bringing some topics up and seeing what happens. Okay, top stories. Australian Chancellor to meet Putin in Russia. Wow. Gun regulations. City of Philadelphia will reinstate an indoor mask mandate. Man, it is. It's kind of, that goes with that whole theory. Things kind of getting a little loopy again, and we need to get grounded. Don't panic. It's all right. It's all going to flip back around, and things will happen. We're going to get through it. It's just crazy. I'm kind of looking here, and sometimes the news can absolutely be depressing. So what do we need? What do we know? Where are we going here? Let's see what's happening. All right. And let's find out what the world has to offer. And you know what? Just in the nick of time. All right. Let's go ahead. I think Mr. Bruce has just popped in. All right. And we're going to see what's going on in the travel world. And let's talk about maybe some of the things that are going on. You want to talk some news, dudes and tudes. Princess, hello, Rob, love and light. It is so good to see you. Welcome aboard. May I ask a question? Go right ahead. Pop your question in. Let's see what we've got, and we will go from there. Let me see what you got. Y'all remember I'm on about 5-6 different channels right now. You may not be the only one in that channel. So, or you may feel like you are and wondering, but I've got other people coming in through all of these channels and there's a delay. So just pop your question in. We'll get to it. We're going to make sure we try to get to everybody this evening. Got a while to go yet. Trying to do a long one. So yes, Princess, go ahead, pop your question in and let's see what's happening. Okay. See what's going there. All right. Anybody else? Let's see what's going on. And then I'll bring Mr. Bruce in. Always good to have Bruce in the show. Help liven things up, especially when me and him don't agree on everything. So it's fun. My friend and I are in no communication currently. Do you see them reaching out to me this week? All right, here we go. I have not used my pendulum today. We're going to go, as this is a yes or no question, we are going to go right to the pendulum. I love the pendulum. Okay. First, we're going to set some boundaries as I do this if you look at the Ascended Master store and down below, there is a pendulum course. Make sure you pop in, take a look at it, check it. We're going to have some fun. I miss them. It's because of something they did and I got hurt. So then the question is, what are you doing? Are you willing to let it go and say, I love you, I miss you? Let's find out what's going on. My friend or I are in no communication. Do you see them reaching out to me this week? So the first thing we're going to do is set some boundaries. Only beings of light, God, guides, things, spirit of anything helpful and trying to only give true that's here to help us or help the people that are asking questions are permitted to work with this pendulum. Pendulum, you are to respond only to the beings of light and in the best interest of everybody else. So the question is going to be, I'm going to bring this down so people can see. All right. So pendulum, will you work with me? Yes, you will work with me. So Princess is asking, if my friends are in no communication, do you see them reaching out to her this week? No, I don't. According to the pendulum, no, they're not going to reach out for you. They're probably waiting for you to reach out to them. Let's find out. Let's do a little bit of what's going on here. I'm going to bring this up and let's go here and let's read into this a little bit. Let's ask what you need to know about this situation. What can Princess do to rectify this situation? What does Princess need to know about this situation? Here we go. All right. So the first thing, the star. You need some direction. Somebody's needing some direction, and it's not all about you. What I'm seeing here is the 7 of Swords. Yes, somebody got hurt, all right? But I don't know that the other person knows they hurt you. Or if they do, they think you're being silly. So this 7 of Swords is like understanding that there's going to be a better way. Don't you feel like you've been stolen from, something hurt you, things like this. This relationship has been damaged. And what you need to do, you got to give it some time. Give them some time. Don't just chill for a while. See how all this is residing in the mind? This is a mental game for you. And what this is saying, don't act, don't reach out, don't run out. Let it go. Some things take their time. I know there are times, Mr. Bruce has talked to me about sometimes I'm giving dad advice, shit your dad should have taught you, rather than spiritual advice. The spiritual advice here is saying, you may have hurt them too. Somebody hurt somebody. Look for some direction. Find out what's going on. They may not understand what's happening. You let your feelings kind of get in a wad and get over yourself. So you're feeling a little persecuted. Now it's time. Give it a break. Let it go. If they're real friends, they're going to come back. The Knight of Cups is here to say you've got to keep going and moving on with yourself emotionally. You've got to weigh this out and look at it. What have I lost? What am I given? Where is this supposed to go? And that's what I'm seeing here. Are they a true friend or are they an acquaintance? That's up for you. Because again, Eight of Cups is saying it might be time to walk away from something that no longer serves you. If they hurt you and it was genuine hurt, let it go. Don't bring somebody back into your life. Page of Coins. Take some time, learn about what's going on in your environment and your relationship. I don't see this being pieced together this well, and I don't know that it should be. You need to reevaluate or whatnot. You can always say, I'm sorry, and then move forward. Okay? You can always say, I love you, but I will not accept this, and move forward, leaving them in peace, love, and light. But right now, this relationship has gone through something very traumatic. And what I'm seeing here is a lot of moving on. Okay. So move on. Let me see what's going on. According to the answers we got from the pendulum, it too is saying, no, not going to happen. So that's what we see. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Banger. If I can help you, let me know. Mom in the house, good day, love and light. Indigo, good day, Ursula. Thank you for being here. And everybody, give me a drum roll. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Bruce, what is happening with you this evening, sir?
How are we doing tonight, Mr. Rob?
I am good. So there's been some change up on things, I was supposed to be with other people, and at the last minute, as life happens, things change. So here we sit. Thank you for popping on, and we're going to be bringing on some other people throughout the week or whatnot. But I thought it might be good. The reason I reached out to you is for people to hear you're always so positive. I know sometimes you don't feel it, but you are always trying to find the positive side. Even when I'm mad at somebody, you're like, well, you need to look at it this way. Let's see what's happening. So, Princess, you're welcome. And Indigo Heart, bang, Bruce. There we are. So that is good. So what happened with you today?
Had some travel stuff going on. I'm packing. I'm actually leaving tomorrow. No, I'm leaving Wednesday. Bridget and I are going to Cancun, seeing a brand new resort. But
wow,
when you've got your void going on, it's a good time. We have discussed many different show ideas.
Yes.
And one of them is shit your dad should have told you. We got to change the name on it. Obviously, it can't be shit your dad should have told you. But a lot of the questions you get are, and like you said, a lot of times you go ahead and go into dad mode. And it's like, no, this is the obvious answer. That's like the one that just asked about, my friends aren't talking to me. Are they going to reach out to me? If it's important to you, then you reach out to them. What the fuck? Reach out to them. Really?
Shit, my dad said. So I did what you said, and I went more with the cards, and that's where, my first gut instinct was, why are you waiting on them? But that's dad,
Yeah. And a lot of this is going to be, and this is kind of a hybrid thing coming, because I know we're discussing many different directions, and I am not a tarot guy for y'all coming in. That's a gift I just do not have. And I'm coming in all scruffy and stuff. But I'm not coming in. I'm more attitude than I am tarot.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of my take on this. But the card things, when I sit back and just kind of do this, you do your card thing, man. But sometimes people.
So maybe that's something we need to do. What would y'all like to hear Bruce talk to you and say, no, and then let me throw some cards in on it? Is that something y'all would be interested in? What's going on? Let's hear it, because I think that's an interesting concept, as an idea.
Well, I think that the cards, that's your gift, and I think if you can concentrate on just your gift, and the other rhetoric, I can kind of provide that, and you can tag onto that if you want to. But you take care of the cards, and you let spirit channel through you, and I'll be the cynic and the reality through it, and kind of be like, what the hell? And I'm sure that you will gain some viewership from it. You'll probably also lose some viewership from it. So you're on your own, bringing me in, man. I mean, I'm not for everybody, man. So
right.
I'm on this show. You try to be very clean cut. You don't curse, whatever, and I'll be like, nah, fuck them. If your friends don't want to talk to you, you know what? Either reach out to them. They don't want to talk to you, then they can kiss your ass. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and we need to kind of work out some boundaries for that. But at this point, it is what it is, and we're going to go ahead and just fly by it and see what happens.
Yeah,
But there's people I
exactly.
love. Mothers in here, Indigos in here. I love those people. I love their feedback, and I've never had a chance to actually interact with them. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what all they're going to go ahead and say. And I'd love to go and get a chance to get in and actually immerse myself in their world and talk to them and get to know them, because you have some wonderful people. And I see them chat all the time. I chat with them. How are you doing? Good morning. How are what's up? But we've never actually had a chance to interact. So here we go.
No, and I'm looking forward to it. And I know a lot of people are always nervous to be the first one to jump in or whatnot. And I am going to check into the way of getting us a call-in number. I love that aspect. I will say that I missed that. But right here, we got way you can talk, you can type, we can do whatever. And let's see, we love you too, Bruce. We love you too.
To
You
go.
know?
Like I said, I've never actually spoken to you more than how are you doing, but your feedback, your energy, your vibe, it is wonderful. And Rob is blessed to have you in his tribe. And
Absolutely.
I'm just going to say that. And that doesn't come across in chat, because all I say is, good morning, how is your day going? But it's hard to go ahead and say, how's your day going? Can be, how's your day going? More than, hey, how are you doing? How is your day going? And there's always a bit of joy and glee when I see her. So, her mother, there's a bunch of them in there. So,
Absolutely. When I see Indigo, when I see Mom, and when I see Bridget, it just brings power energy to the room. And I love that. And I love that everybody can get together, we can talk and shoot the breeze and not get lost in so many things. But I'd love to hear something. And again, folks, if there's something on your mind that you really want to talk about, put it out there. Bruce may not agree with you. Bruce may agree with you. I may not agree with you. I may agree with you. But it's dialogue. It'll be good. It'll be a great way. And I think we need more of that in this, of being able to say, this is a safe place to maybe have a disagreement, just to hear how other people think, or whatnot. So, so many people are afraid of disagreements. Thus, I think enough being said, but that is one of those things. And Mom, welcome in. Glad you're here. All right. So one of the things I did, Bruce, I want to do this is I got to swing this around real quick. Let me go here. I'm going to bring that in. There we are. Let me see if this is the way to do it. Boom, like that. There are 3 decks in front of you, everybody. Okay. The green or this deck is number 1. This deck is number 2. This deck is number 3. When you ask for a question tonight, you tell me which deck you want to use. All right. And that's going to be huge. Okay. Let's see what's happened. Let's let your intuition draw you into a certain deck, and let's make this party. Let's get this party started. Somebody say what they want, how they want to look at it, and see what's happening. So, hello, Rev, Rob, and Bruce. Deborah, good to see you. People coming in. That's it. We are going to be doing more of this 5 to 7, or maybe even 6 to 7. This might be a good time. Y'all tell us what is a good time to have an evening show where you can come in, kick back, listen to the banner. We can ask questions. We can talk about different topics. Is there anybody you want to hear from? Is there somebody else? I talked to Lisa Ben Susan today. She's coming to come back in. Other people I'm reaching out to. Becky Gregory has already said she would love to do a show with you and me. We just got to figure out some of the angles on it. I know Hillis would love to be back. And maybe it's time to, and this is totally my fault. Rocky DeGotti, I miss her, but and nothing on Rocky at all. This is totally me. When we got back from Cancun, I disconnected, went off. You were even talking to me about it, about being a little loopy or whatnot. And Rocky has done nothing but ever wish me the best. So I love Rocky. My wife loves Rocky. But maybe it's time for some wine and spirit night. Maybe it's time to drag Bridget and Gillian in and do a little tipsy tarot one Thursday night or Saturday night or something like that. That's what we're looking for. Let's see what's happening. Mother, there we are. Indigo, everybody saying hi. I love it. 3, there we are. Bangarang to the tribe, popping in for a few minutes. Glad you're here. So that's where we're at. That's what we got going on. Bruce, so you're going to Cancun this week.
Yeah, I have been in. Me and Bridget I try to go and carve her away whenever I can, whenever she get time off, and I get free nights all the time. It's just a travel perk. I mean, it's being an actual Bruce travel agent. They want you to go and see them, and I've got Bridget going down to Cancun. It is a brand new property that I haven't actually seen. During COVID, they actually went ahead and took and they carved out. They were building a new section of a resort. Then COVID hit, and they decided, well, while they're there and they got some time to go and actually go ahead and shut down, they rebranded this property into a more upscale brand. But it's actually tied to a Breathless Resort, which is a youthful, high energy, really, really beautiful place. And this is a high-end plug-in little boutique property right next to it. They were going to actually go ahead and make it into a private club, but they went ahead and made it to a whole separate resort. So I'm really excited about going there. And then I've also got a trip coming up in May for about a week. And then we got Jamaica coming up, trying to talk Bridget into going to New Orleans. We got some trips coming up. So, I've got to go ahead and pull Bridget away from like her job. Oh my God. So yeah, she has to actually go and do that. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. We'll leave on Wednesday, come back on Saturday. Should be fun.
That does sound fun. That does sound fun. I still have not been to New Orleans. Okay. Never been. Would love to go. So we gotta put that together, and do something there. That might be a fun trip for everybody. And just say, we're gonna be here this date. If you want to come, talk to you, whatever, reserve your room or whatnot. So maybe NOLA might be a thing for us to pull out of our butt and see where we're going. And man, it'd be nice. I'd love to sit around some of those cemeteries and some of those things and do some readings and feel spirit. And because there's some really sacred and very polarizing areas of spirit in New Orleans. So I would love to see how that goes.
We've been to New Orleans several times. Crystal, President in the future, are you poking fun or are you being serious?
I don't think she's poking fun.
Is your husband poking fun or is he being serious?
There we go. Wow. Welcome to Tarot with an Attitude, Crystal. That's us. There we are. Yes, somebody's got to poke something to make this happen. But let's see what's going on. Yeah, okay. All right. So I'm going to bring this down. The first thing I'm going to do, Crystal, is yes, I am doing readings. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is I want you, Crystal, to come here. All right. And let's go here. All right. Pick one of these decks. 1, 2, or 3. And I will draw from that deck. So let's let your intuition see what's going on there. Now, once you do that, but while you're making that pick, just popping it down below. Remember, folks, I'm on about 6 different channels. There is a delay, and there are other people coming in that you don't see from different channels. So that is good. Let me know. We're going to try to get to everybody tonight. We're not going to be in a rush. We're going to take some time and just enjoy and kick back and have some fun. So one of the things I do ask, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and make sure you're telling other people about the show. Here we go. All right. So Crystal Lewis, I want to bring this down so you can see the pendulum. Bruce, what's your gut instinct? Let's do this for Crystal. And I know you're like, don't put me on the spot here, but it's a very simple question. If you see a pregnancy in her near future, this is about intuition and people learning. So what's your first gut? When you read that question, what's your first gut?
If she is giving her husband enough opportunities, I'm sure it'll happen.
Okay. All right. In the near future? Okay.
Sure.
That's all right. So let's see what's going on here. Crystal, let's bring this in. I have already set parameters and ask the pendulum if it will work with me. So those of y'all just coming in now, understand I've already done that. So I am asking the pendulum in spirit, will Crystal be pregnant in the near future? And right away, we went into a yes. Absolutely. So let's see if Crystal deck number 2. I love this deck, the Lost Tarot deck. Here we go. All right. Let's see what this deck has to say. And we'll go from there. Boom. Let's bring that out and around. So the pendulum is agreeing with you, Bruce. You know, Mr. Bruce, that enough activity, it's going to happen. So let's see what's going on here. So I am going to do this. I might have to make some room for the card. So we are going to see this about Crystal being pregnant in the near future. And you know what? Here's one of the things I'm going to look at. I love this. Something I found. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at, I'm going to deal 4 cards here. All right. Crystal, trying this for the first time. So you're going to be a little bit of my guinea pig. All right. With this little spread. Okay. You will become pregnant. Queen of Cups. Okay. And then I'm seeing 6 of Wands. Wow. Everything's looking pretty good here. Judgment. Okay. And the 8 of Swords. All right. That can be a little ominous. People are like, ooh, the 8 of Swords. I love the artwork on this deck. This deck is really cool. It's called the Lost Tarot. And I forget the gentleman's name. The box is over here somewhere. My wife gave it to me. I love it. So, Crystal, when you realize, okay, that you love yourself as much as you love this other person or who it is, and that you're going to be a good mother. This is all about the mother, the internal, and loving yourself and understanding. When you accept that maybe it's time to break through and move on from something from your past, and you can let that go, because then you can acknowledge that you're a new person and life is new and things are good. And you do stop worrying about everything. The anxiety, what I want you to do, when you open your eyes, take the blindfold off, see what's going on, and stop putting and worrying so much about it, that's when this event will take place. Also, you know, everything came up here. I'm going to go here one more way. Let's see what's happening. This deck is going to be different. Going to do a little confirmation. Told you we're not going to rush through everything tonight. We're going to have a good time. All right. Let's see what happens here. Right on top of this. Okay. Yep. Thought 2 cards are sticking together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are conditions on this, is exactly what I'm seeing, that yes, you will get pregnant in the near future. All right. But the key thing is the 8 of Pentacles. You have to look and understand what's going on in your life and make sure you master it. This is going to be funny as far as the Knight of Wands. Somebody's moving in. There's going to be a Prince Charming, things like that. You're going to have to move on it. The Devil. Get your head out of the thought process and whatever you've changed yourself to. Are you ready for this to happen? This is going to be key. There's some karma that's playing a little bit of a thing here, and you're worried about whether you can or not. You can. Stop worrying about it. These things are going to happen. The Knight of Wands, you're going to move on with your passion, desire. Move on it. Make it happen. Do what your heart says and move forward. Bangarang. That's what I got there. Woo! Let me clean some cards up here. Welcome to the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe. Crystal Lewis, glad to see it. Let's see what's going on, and we'll get back up here. There we go. Deborah, all right, I'm going to bring this in. All right. Hello, Mother of Messages. Back at you. Radha, what's happening? Glad to see you. Glad to know you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Indigo Heart, good evening, Crystal. I'm listening closely for the answer. Exactly. That's what I'm seeing. Angel messages for me. Okay, here we go. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to get caught up here real quick. Angel message. That means I'm going to go to my angel deck, Mr. Bruce. My angels. Bruce, do you believe in angels?
Yes, I do. Not in the conventional sense. not in the Christian dialogue of what they're supposed to go ahead and be. But yes, I do believe that there are beings who, on a plane of existence, who actually look out for you, look over you, and protect and guide you. So yes, I do. I do not believe they are children of God with wings who come down in a ball of light, but I do believe that you have guardians who actually look over you.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let's talk, everybody. Let's talk about some angels. Ron, I was wanting some angel messages. Let's see what we've got here, and let's talk about it. I believe in angels. I do believe in divine intervention by angels. I believe they are here to protect us. I don't know that I'm going down the City of Angels movie path, but I do believe that there are angels and guardian angels that we are given. At different points in our life. I believe these angels go and come with different messages. I'm like you. Sometimes there's an angel sitting on your shoulder going, hey, wake up. Don't make that right turn. That's where some of our intuition comes from. But I believe in angels as well. I strongly believe in angels. So
I actually believe that you have several of them, but you have one who is assigned to you, who is responsible for guiding you and kind of, contributes towards your outcome in life. And
okay.
And actually, I have a sure proof method that you can prove. Go ahead, take care of her, and then I will tell you my method to go ahead and prove to yourself you have an angel. But take care of her first, and then I'll tell you.
I'm anxious to hear this. Radha, I'm seeing a whole shift in this energy about somebody coming into your life. I see the page of Raphael, this newness, this awareness. You're getting out. You got to get out and get away from home. You got to get outside and see the world, see what's going on. But the page of Raphael, a new emotional situation is coming up on you. The Knight of Ariel. This is about being in the physical world. There is going to be somebody stepping in and stepping into your light, and they are going to be a very powerful force for you. That is what I am seeing. So when I look here, I get 11, 12, so that would be 23, 27, 2 and 7, 2 partnership, 7 assessing, taking a look at what's going on, but bring them together. This whole reading looks like a 9, which means manifesting and bringing something good in. This is a good time for you. Today is a great day for you. If you're thinking about saying hi to somebody or putting yourself out there, today's the 11th. Okay. So make sure you understand that 11 is a magical number. Today is a great day. Utilize that energy and put it out there. All right. Bangerang, girl. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Here we go. I want to go here. I'm going to go here. There we go. And let's see what's going on. So that was Radha. So we're going to get to everybody. Everybody don't go away. Just give us a few minutes and chill out. Get you a cup of coffee. Get a glass of wine. Have a beer. I don't care what your thing is. Get some tea, some water. Okay. And I'll get to you next. We're going to get there. But Bruce, because you and I have never really had this type of discussion about angels. So you say you have a method that tells us how to tell if we have an angel or that angels are real.
I have a surefire method that will give your angel the opportunity to go ahead and prove it exists.
Okay.
And it has never, ever, ever failed me. It has never failed Bridget.
Okay.
Remarkably simple. When you go into a busy parking lot, Walmart, the mall, Costco, whatever it is, when you pull up there and the parking lot is jam, close your eyes and say, Angel, please show me a parking spot up front. And you will get a parking spot up front. And when you take it, close your eyes and say thank you. And it will work every single time if you're genuine about it.
Now, and you have to be patient, right?
No.
Or you think it opens right? You'll see that open right up.
I'll pull the Costco parking lot, see it, park right there. Say, please, show me a spot, and just go turn at random, and a spot will open up front for you, guaranteed, as long as you say thank you.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
So that is actual manifesting, is what and you believe it's done through a being, an angel, something like that gives you.
If you don't ask, you won't get it. If you ask, you will get it every single time. And that's the angel's way to go ahead and show you it's there. Simple, easy, neat. And you can go ahead and say, you know, I might have had this spot anyway, but if you doubt your angel, next time you won't get it. Trust you'll get it, take it, and then thank you for it afterwards.
Okay. So I'm wondering if that's been the thing all along and it was just never written down anywhere. So when Romans were pulling up to the Colosseum in their chariot, they should have been going, angels? You know, I'm being a smart aleck. But some of that is, I think, exactly what you're saying. It's being willing to put your faith out there.
Now, you know, the whole Roman thing, you can't.
I threw you for a loop.
No. It doesn't work on a bigger scheme. And that's my thing about football players. God, show me how to win this game today. You know what? You're praying, and so are they. So He has that be just whatever it is. The Romans are actually doing it to their gods. The Greeks are doing it to their gods. They're going to step out of it because that's got a whole lot more ramifications, more than just simple as show me a parking spot.
You know what? You're right. And the movie We Were Soldiers even talked about that when one boy, Jack, is just had a baby and he's in the chapel, and Mel Gibson comes in as the colonel, and you know, he prays that, you know, we're victorious in battle, and then he turns around and he says, now don't pay attention to those other little guys' prayers.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So, you know, it's one of those things. And I think we have to realize, what are we praying for? And you know, because at some point, somebody's got to be told no. But now you're putting your faith out there and you're laughing. But what I'm hearing you say is one of the most important things is that you truly believe that your prayer or your manifestation idea is going to a higher being or a higher energy or something like that, right?
I have asked for a parking spot 100 times, and I've gotten a parking spot 100 times.
Okay. Wow, and that's cool. But belief is key. Really believe, know it.
You got to believe, and you got to have gratitude afterwards.
Okay. Gratitude afterwards. That's important. We forget that. Do you actually, when you get that parking spot, take the time to go?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I actually stop. I close my eyes, and I say, "Thank you for the parking spot. Until next time, thank you." And until next time. And every time I get a parking spot, I've never, when I'm running late, I've never had to go ahead and walk. Never. I can always get a parking spot when I do it.
That's it. So you got it here. Verification angels exist via parking. Okay. I love it. I'm not making fun of it. And I've never heard that from you before. And that's an interesting Mr. Bruce take.
And it is, if you actually believe, it is foolproof. At least it is foolproof for me and my angels. And I think that my angels probably have the same philosophy that most of them do. My angels aren't special. They're just standard angels. I'm sure they are. I mean, you know, I'm not, you know, anybody special, but my angels know how to go ahead and speak to me. And that's how we communicate. And I'm guessing that your angels are going to do the same thing.
Absolutely. I think my angels rotate out because they're wore out. I think they're like, did you see what this idiot just tried to do again? What the hell? You know?
I'm sure I have my own angel squad, and I've got some angel sergeant over there saying, okay, he's having one of those days. Joshua, come in. You're up. It's going to be a long day for you, man. Take care of him. Sleep in tomorrow. When you're ready to go and tag out, let me know. We'll bring in Michael. Michael will go ahead and take your bat whenever we want you out. You can step in as well too. But somebody be with them the whole time. because I do have shoulders, and I'll have go ahead and take care of your reading, and then we'll talk more. I don't want to go and take away from the whole tarot.
No, we're here. We're going to be here for another hour or so. So let's just it is. But and this is what I want to do. I want to bring conversation into this. It doesn't always have to be about tarot. Indigo Crystal is my eldest granddaughter. Fantastic, Indigo. What's your intuition about this, or do you not want to put it up there? I'd love to hear what you think and where this is going. I believe once we do some of those concepts and we understand, number one, you're worthy, Crystal, that's going to be huge. Okay. So let's see what happened. I'm telling everybody, when you're asking a question, deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Buttercup, good to see you. May I ask, please, and make sure you're hitting. Everybody stop right now. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the love button, whatever it is you want. Just do it right now for me. It helps. It moves things on. Also, Tarot with an Attitude on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell and know what's going on. See there. We have Tarot with an Attitude on Facebook. We have a page and a group. Join the group. Follow the page. It's going to be different things coming and things that are happening. And Bruce, I'm going to fill you in on a few things I got going on too here in a minute.
Either hit the like or hit the X. I don't care either way, but hit the like button or close the window. One or the other. Nothing
Absolutely. In the middle. And when you come in, just be patient. Put it in. We'll get there. We're having some good time. Just sit back and listen to two guys doing what we do. Wow, everything's catching up. I gotta see. So, Buttercup, may I please ask if there will be reconciliation with my person until the rest of April? Okay.
Buttercup.
Go.
Buttercup. My person is very generic. If you want them, speak their name and call them personally. My person is very generic, and you know what? If you actually like them, that's rude.
Yeah, and you might be trying to protect them and not put some things out or keep a secret or whatnot, but at least say that your partner, the person you're in love with, something. But it does help when we put a first name to it.
Use their nickname. I call her Bubbles. I call him Bubbles. Am I going to get back with Bubbles? Well, then, and you know what? Everybody likes blowing bubbles. So, yeah, whatever. But I mean, but yeah, get back with Bubbles then. But
I think I'm going to cut that little. His name might be Bubbles, and everybody likes blowing bubbles. That just became a TikTok moment.
Do it down there. Call him Bubbles. I don't care.
But, no. Like I call Gillian Baby Doll. Baby Doll. That's how she's in my phone. Or I think she's in with my wife, but other than that. So, yeah. So it does help, Buttercup, when we can be specific. Because making sure, because it's going from your interpretation to my interpretation. So I'm going to give you a minute. Go ahead and pop something in. I'll take a look and see if you got a nickname or something so we can be specific about who it is. I would like to ask if I will be taking a trip soon. Blessings and gratitude. Hi, Bruce. All right.
Mother, if you're taking a trip, I can tell you how you can guarantee that. www.apollotravel.com.
We need to put that up there. Hold on. We're going to do this. You are such.
You want to take a trip?
You support me so much.
I can answer that question personally. I can make that happen for you.
There we go. All right. What you want, your email or website? What do you want up there?
apollotravel.com.
We are going to make this happen right now. Okay.
I have a picture of a plug with like the thing sticking out in a overcoat like this with his plug sticking out. And it says shameless plug. So yes, shameless plug.
I think everybody would agree. We're supposed to help our friends. You help me. Bridget helps me. We support each. And I've always, since day one, tried to make sure people know you are not just my friend. You are my travel agent. It's where we go or whatnot. So Buttercup, let me see if she's put anything in down here real quick. Let's see what's going on. Buttercup. Wow, we got to catch some stuff up. Linda, Gray Shock in the house. Glad to. Oh, there it was. I call him Cocoa Bear. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right, Buttercup. Let's see where we're at. So, Cocoa Bear, may I please ask if there will be reconciliation with Cocoa Bear? That works.
Why
Cocoa
April?
Bear.
Why April?
Huh?
Why is there a timeline? Why is there a timeline on it?
Well, I'm wondering if and I'm assuming she means by the end of April, or if it's going to wait. Okay.
But I mean, I just, is there a reconciliation? If you want there to be, there very well may be. But if I hate timelines, I hate deadlines. I think that deadlines are absolute when it comes to employment and stuff. But in affairs of the hearts and soul things, you may have bigger issues to go ahead and work past. And sometimes, you have 19 days to get back with me. Absolutely not. So, I mean, reconciliation, the gut feeling is if you want there to be, there probably can be, but you put a deadline on it. I'm personally going to go ahead and tell you to, you can go ahead and sucker to my hiney, and I got stuff to do.
Sucker to my hiney?
Oh, I didn't want to go ahead and say kiss my, I'm
okay. Gotcha.
Filter caught that one. Filter caught it.
There we go. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you on that one.
This is not news, dudes, and tudes. This is, your show. So,
yeah. So, Buttercup, coming from Mr. Bruce, that is crap. Your dad should have taught you. Either reach out and say, I want you back, okay? And then you got to let it go and let that person make that decision, or go on and live your life and see if it was meant to be. That's the crap your dad should have taught you, okay? Now, I'm going to ask the pendulum, okay? Is Buttercup going to get back, reconcile with Cocoa Bear? And I get a yes. Now will it happen before the end of the month? Yes. I think that's pretty cool. There we go. Bangarang. Go make that crap happen. Now, don't be afraid to call up and say, hey, I miss you. We need to let whatever go or what happened. This is what it is. Talk about it. If you can't talk about it and you can't move on, that's a flag. Oh, now I'm going into Bruce's area. Crap, Dad should have taught you. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Mother, I would like to ask if I will be taking a trip soon. Blessings and gratitude. All right, Bruce, what's your gut instinct?
If she makes the right phone call, it will be.
All right, here we go. Will Mom be making a trip real soon? I'm actually getting the pendulum is saying no. Okay. I don't. Now, that doesn't mean, folks, I want you to think when we ask yes or no questions, and I use a pendulum, that is energy saying as things sit right now. You can make things happen. You can change them. Doesn't necessarily mean it's something you want to. But, Mom, what I want you to do is pick one of these decks. All right. I'm going to bring this back up again. All right. And we're going to point out. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. All right. I got to figure out how to do that. 1, 2, 3. Pick a deck, and we're going to read about your trip. We're going to find out what's going on. So let's see what's happening here. Okay. Let's bring this down. Radha, I am grateful for my life and angel support. We are grateful for you. Thank you for being here and supporting us. Too cool. Hi, Crystal. Indigo. Rev, totally agree with what the cards have said about Crystal needing to love herself and stop worrying. Worrying shuts things down. Go ahead, Bruce.
You actually jumped. I want to say something else about Crystal's pregnancy.
Okay.
It has been centered on her, and is she going to be pregnant? Stuff like that. And we have totally ignored the fact that there is somebody else involved in this. And does the other person want to be a dad, or do the spirits want him to go ahead and be a dad? And that's a whole different, and that's a whole, you may go ahead and say, yes, I'm fertile. I'm willing. I want to have it. The Spirit's like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Open up and let it happen.
Crap your dad should have taught you.
But I mean, but his spirits may be like, he's not ready. And that's a huge factor in this. And it's all about, I mean, it takes two to make it happen right. And if you actually want guidance in this, and you actually want the spirits to go ahead and bless this,
that or a turkey baster.
Yeah, they have to agree. I mean, Crystal, here's your challenge. Have Dude come on here next time we do this, next time Rob is on, and have him ask the same question. Not have Rob read them third party. Have him come on and ask the question to Rob. And let's see what happens with that.
And I guarantee you he'll have a good time. We won't embarrass him or whatnot. I promise you. Well, I can't promise,
Well, but
I do my best.
Crystal's a good-looking young lady, and he's obviously poking. So, I mean, if there's nothing else, good thumbs up. You go, boy. You go. Get it. So, I mean, you're already starting from there. You got to work your way down from there, but that's already a good starting spot for you. We are two dudes. We are two dudes. So, I mean, that's where you're starting from.
And that, again, that stress and that worry, man, it affects so many things. Number one, make sure he's in, man, if I could recommend anything, Bruce is going to disagree with me, but the Duluth underwear at $15 a pair, get some loose ones. Make sure he's loose. Things aren't too tight. Make sure, and you don't worry about it so much. Just go with the flow. Have a good time. Okay? Enjoy the process would be one of my things I could tell you that from the actual old therapist, counselor, who I'm not doing anymore, but transformational life coach with a master's in social work, I would tell you stress will cause all kinds of problems. So let's eliminate that. Man, we got a lot of people on, Bruce. Let's see what's happening now. Hey, everybody hit the like button. Let me tell everybody real quick, Deborah got to run and pick up a grandson. If I don't get back in time today, see you in the AM, sending love and blessings out to us all. Absolutely. Folks, down below, donation links to upcoming classes you need to be aware of. Check those out. Help me out. The Tarot Simplified 2 class is coming up this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Going to be a couple of hours, maybe. We'll see. We won't be in a hurry. We'll see what happens. But people are already signing up for it. And I'd like to get as many people. There's a link like for StreamYard that you're going to be going. If you're interested in being on, and this is what I would love to do, we're going to do it on Zoom as well. So you can actually, we'll give you that. You can be on. We're going to do some spreads. We're going to talk about how to answer questions. And then we're going to look at interpreting the cards. And we'll do all that together. That's what I got going this week, okay? But I need everybody also to remember, hit Tarot with an Attitude, book a session, send a gift certificate, find out what's going on. But most importantly, hit that like button and share. What up, Robin Bruce? Michael Schmidt, what's happening, sir? Glad to see you here. Love you, Crystal. Oh, Grandma loves you. We love you. Come on back. We want to see you more, okay? Welcome to the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe. Bring him. We need more males. I think right now it's me, Bruce, and Michael. Every now and then we get some more or what going on. Good evening, Michael. People popping in. Rada, I believe in guardian angels and see numbers. I hear them but cannot physically see them. That means you're clairaudient. So you hear things but you can't see them. I am clairsentient. I don't see or hear. It's a picture I get in my head or a phrase that I hear in my head, but not actually hear it. So that's really cool. You know what? And I know Lisa Grayshock is on here. Linda Grayshock is on here. And I was talking to Stan over the weekend. I'd love to get him on.
You have butchered her name like 5 times in a row.
I know it. Well, I just learned it, and I want to say it right. They told me I hadn't talked to them in so long, and now I'm talking to Stan, but it is Grayshock, okay? And that's the way it's supposed to be said. But I'm getting the old way out of my head, so they all come together. It's like me having a son, Toby and Cody, and calling them Toady. You know, when I get to talk, my mouth don't work. But we got in a great conversation over the weekend about dimensions and seeing through dimensions. I'd love to have him on, and let's talk about interdimensional travel, interdimensional timelines, things like that, and see what's going on. You know, Rada, hi, Michael. People saying what's happening. Blessings, brother Michael. Glad to see you here. I have been going out more often. See, I told you, so something, it's going to pay off for you. It is going to pay off. There's that 111. Today is an 11. Pay attention. I came back home now after shopping with my bro. There you go. That was fun. Bruce, where are you at? All right, let's talk about time. Okay. Oh, what happened? Boom, boom, boom. All right. He's got to come back in. We'll see what's going on, and we'll go from there. But I want to hear what he thinks about time travel, if what it's linear, what's going on, or whatnot. So we'll see when he comes back in. Let's see what's happening. You know, thanks for the message. You are welcome. All right. Just had one beer, that is. There we go. And guess who's back? Boom. Welcome back.
That was rude.
You think that was your angel? Protecting you from...
My filter was about to fail me.
Okay.
And yes, my filter was about to fail me. And my angel was like, no. I have zero doubt my filter was about to fail me. And that was their safeguard. That was the head angel saying, no, stop. Okay, watch this shit then.
There you go. And look here, Rod, I was with you. That's true. I will do that next time I'm looking for a parking spot. I used to do that, but I forgot about it. Angels and God have helped me come this far. I'm really thankful for their guidance. And I think the gratitude portion that you were talking about, Bruce, is what is so actually a vital ingredient. It's kind of like having a cake mix, but leaving out the flour or the butter or whatever it is. Timeline. Time frame, time travel. And I'm not, but all I'm saying is your vision of time. Where do you see it? Is it like a dimension? Is time is a different dimension? Or is it on a round scale, a long line? Do we go back and forth? What do you think there?
On our plane, time is linear. On other planes, time is very much fluid and circular. If you look, if you look at an atom or a quark, which is the center and then the things floating around it, that is the smallest thing we actually know is that. And if you look at a solar system, it is the same thing. If you look at a galaxy or a universe, they're the exact same thing. That whole spiraling around one object is the smallest thing we know and the largest thing we know. And I believe time is the same thing. Time is very circular, intersecting around, and sometimes they're closer, sometimes they're further apart. We can't comprehend that. Our minds think very linearly. So time is linear as we understand it. But I think there is a much more bigger concept to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You
know, if I was drinking, no. You know, but
drinking, yes. Or drinking,
yes.
yes.
That even made more sense. Absolutely. Bijay Nanda, boy named Shahat Rana. Will he bring marriage proposal for my daughter, Subhadra? Will he bring in the future? All right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I'm going to grab the pendulum. A lot of yes or no's. If you want cards, ask me more about what you need to know, that type of thing, or whatnot. But I got to bring this where I can see his name. Shahat Rana. Is he going to propose to Subhadra? Is Shahat Rana going to propose to Subhadra? He's thinking about it. It's not saying yes. It's not saying no. It's actually spinning in a circle. Jury's still out. He's weighing his options. So if that's what you really want and you're the mother-in-law to be, don't be bitchy. All right. Embrace him.
Dowry. Dowry would help. Dowry.
There we go. So there is something, and I got to tell you, whether y'all like this or not, I don't know. What I really picked up is he's making a choice. So that is, don't hate the messenger, but that's what I see is going on, because that definitely was going in a circle, and it was in a clockwise circle, which is could be, but the jury's still out. Okay. So that's what's going on. Yes, it could happen. Be careful. And you know what I'm getting here real quick? Yeah, I got to do this. I'm going to do it this way. Let's see what I've got. King of Wands. All right. Taking control. Somebody taking control. Someone just told me, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. So make sure this is what everybody wants. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. All right, Bridget, sometimes my angel is pissy with me and says, walk, you tubby biatch. They push us. You know what? And we think about that. We ask a lot of times, for our angels to guide us, to give us direction, to know what to do. And we're sitting on the couch with, I'm not going to get personal with Bridget. I'll do me, with a piece of chocolate cake, a good movie on the TV, Star Wars, Star Trek, something like that, or Kong versus Godzilla, and I'm going, yeah, I'll get up and go out after a while. And then there's always something that goes on. So, yeah, don't think that your angels and your spirits won't get a little bit like, stop asking me the same damn question, Bridget. And I've talked about that with people with readings. There's memes about it. And memes, however you say that word, I don't know. About you've asked 33 different, tarot readers the same damn question, and then you're wondering why finally the one who gives you the answer you want is your hero, and then you're calling the others back after a while and going, what happened? Oh my God, Bridget. I love it. How funny. I'm just saying, Radha, that's what's happening. There we are. I think your angel and my angels are besties. Very good. Very good. I love it. The family's coming together. So if we have a dysfunctional spiritual family, do you think there are dysfunctional angels to deal with dysfunctional us?
Yes. And you notice when I gave you my angel scenario, I even said it's a squad and one of them is a sergeant, because there is discussion about Bruce is about to fuck up. What do you want to do about it? And
oh my God.
And there's some say, you know what? He's done it before. Let him go ahead and trip and fall on his face. And they're just like, no, we got to go and prop him up. And then sergeants come in and say, okay, no, we're not going to let him fall on his face. We are going to go and pick him up. We are going to protect him. That's our job. But no, I have angels who actually, when my sergeant angel's gone, they have fun at my expense. Absolutely.
And that was going to be my thing. Do you think angels are up there going, hey, dude, watch this?
Yes. They'll be playing the video back and be like, watch what just happened with him. Watch what I did.
He's going to do it again, folks. Here we go.
Watch. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes.
Do you think that happened in Home Depot? Was like you had some karma coming back from you being, maybe when Bridget wanted you to be a little quiet, you were a little noisy. And so therefore it's like, here you go. And so they let me slip on my tongue.
They have no idea about this. Tell them the story, Rob. Tell them the story.
You know what? Rev got defensive of Mr. Bruce, and I went into protective mode. And I didn't think, and yes, I told y'all we make mistakes all the time. People that know what to do or everything else. And I didn't like the way he was being treated at Home Depot. There was some things that were going on. And we're talking about they were doing thousands of dollars of renovations to that home. Thousands of dollars. And most everything you were buying from Extra was coming from Homeboy Depot. So I came over. We were supposed to be helping or whatnot. And I didn't like the way you were being treated. And then we were waiting on a particular item. And I saw the people down there. And in my opinion, I still say they were shooting the breeze. They were in no hurry. And finally I had it. And I went all old-fashioned Rob on them. And from one end of the aisle to the other, I roasted them. Am I proud of it? No. I will say I was doing it in defense of one of my best friends. Okay. I didn't see it. He was being so patient. He was being so good. He was doing everything right. And finally just looked at me and says, "You're going home. I have to come back here."
I shop here. I still got $10,000 more to spend on my house. I got to come here tomorrow, Rob.
And I did. I apologized. I don't remember if I apologized to them. I apologized to you later. Okay.
You apologized to them.
Did I apologize to them?
And they were like,
see?
And they were like,
yeah. Yeah, there was no coming back from that one. But all I can do is say I'm sorry. But again, the sorry's on them. Once I say it and I know I mean it.
Your apology was very, very forced and very canned. It was.
What was for you?
Yeah, I know. And hey, I didn't. My indignation was to go ahead and protect my future dollars I'm spending.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, no, you were absolutely right to go ahead and go off on them. But like I said, I still had 10 more grand to spend. And I was going to be there tomorrow. But yes, that was right. Rob's just stepping off at Home Depot and, "Rob, I shop here."
Absolutely. Thank you, Rod. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Linda, we are always guided to the right people, relationships, places, job, etc. That's how we met you guys. That is awesome. You were with us on our Cancun trip. It's how we met. We got to meet in person. Love you guys so much. And again, if you're open to it, and one of the things I know you and your husband are always open to guidance. Sometimes though, we kind of get stuck in that I want to do it my own way, or whatnot. There we go. Just do it.
Now, to Linda's point, you are guided into situations that you need to be in. Now, that is not necessarily going to be a good situation for you. You may actually learn from that situation and take some experience from that. So you're put in situations you need to be in, but sometimes those may not be immediately beneficial to you. I mean, how many times have you been into a bad relationship and you were put in that relationship, but you're there for a reason? And the lessons you learned from that relationship, you carry with you, and that forms who you are. So you may be put in a bad relationship, and the angels actually let you be there, but there is good to come out from it if you have faith in the process.
Okay. And that makes sense. One of the things I remind people too is always like, why did Spirit allow this to happen, or God allow this to happen? No, sometimes we brought people into our lives that weren't supposed to be there. Or like what you're saying, Bruce, I believe some people are not supposed to be in our lives forever. We're there to learn something, then they move on and we move on. So that's one of the things I get from Spirit a lot of times is everybody going, "Oh, Spirit brought them into my life, so therefore it's supposed to be forever." No.
I can tell you, we can look at both of our past relationships and say that the person we are on a romantic, intimate level, we would not be today if it was not for those vapid bitches in our past.
Vapid bitches. All right, that is Good use of grammar on one end with street language on the other. Wow. Vapid bitches. Okay.
And
That's,
my filter was working then. That
yes,
was a
it
conscious
was.
choice. My filter was working. I can tell you.
Uh-oh. Come on. Come on back to me. I want to hear the rest of this. Come on back. You locked up. Let's see what's happening. All right, we'll give him a chance. He might have to come out and come back in. But Bruce, if you can hear me, you are completely frozen, puckering up like you want to kiss me. I love you too. Okay. I knew it would come out, Bridget. One day his love for me would show. So there we are. This is the proof of the pudding. Let's see what's happening. Linda, while we're waiting on Bruce to come back, I'm doing something a little different. So, or do a YouTube channel. I am going to use each deck. We're going to pull a card from each deck and see what happens. Okay, let's see where this goes. I might pull a card or two cards. So I'm going to bring this back up. And I asked in order. So let's see what's happening. Boom. Bring this over here. So am I going to open a spiritual shop? All right, let's see what we've got here. First card, the Tower. Some things got to change. There is some big changes coming for you. And let's see what we have here. I'm seeing that it is it depends on if you want to invest in it, and there's some things you're going to have to do differently. So that's what I see on the shop. Now let's talk about Write My Book. Okay. You know what? I talked to a young writer the other day, and what I want you to do, you can write your book. He gave me the secret, and I think it's true. You dedicate yourself to writing one page a day. At the end of a year, you have 365 pages. And you and I both know what will happen is you'll sit down to write one page, carry it over into 2 or 3, and you can stop. And therefore, if you do 2 pages a day in 6 months, you've got roughly 365 pages of your book. That was really cool. I haven't started yet. Okay. So that's what's going on. All right. So Bruce is back. He's laughing. Let's see what happens. Love you too. That was classic. That was classic.
I'll wait till you're done with her. But that was my angel. That was my angel saying,
here we go.
You're about to go right off the. Even Bridget came out and said, opened the door and said, "You're about to go off the rails. You're about to actually tell a story that's not set for that audience. You're about to go ahead and tell that story, and you weren't supposed to. So no, your angel pulled the plug on you." That's exactly what just happened.
Wow.
And yes, she is exactly right. My angel was about to. I was about to go ahead and go off the rails. So thank my angel for not having me go off the rails.
Okay. All right. So as far as writing the book, yes, you absolutely can write the book. The sun will come up. You have to do what it takes to do it. And this is where it is. Again, what are you willing to change in your timeline to sit down and say, I'm going to write a page, 2 pages today? To start putting pen to paper. What I just picked up is some of this you've already started, and we all think we have this fantastic outline in our head until we go to write. But what you're choosing to write about, things are going to change. So you better get started writing it. And yes, you can write this book. And I do see it might be bringing changes into each other's life. The one about the spiritual shop, money's definitely going to play at hand. If you're going to want to feel like investing as much, it's going to take more of an investment than what you realize, I think. And there's going to have to be some definite changes in your thought process about what's happening with it, with writing the book. There we go. And now we're going to go or do a YouTube channel. Here we are. All right. Boom. Or do a YouTube channel. 8 of Ariel. Mastering understanding. You can absolutely do this. And then Yes. This is what I see more or less where the real lies. The dedication, what you're going to need to do, this is where your heart will fall in love, is doing the YouTube. I was having that conversation with somebody today about I need to get you on to talk about some of the victories and things in your life and give some testimonials. Yes, you were being discussed if your ears were burning. And this is about mastering your physical world, not learning how to get in front of a camera, not be afraid to be in on the camera, and being able to open up and give your love, but dedicating what you're doing to others and to that guidance and that light, you'll do very well at it. You will do very, very well at it. So that's what I see there. Let me get these cards and let me get them all put up and back, and because I had to go ahead and do 2 different decks, so now I got a mess going. All right, let's see what's happening. There we go. Boom. Linda Grayshot. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Michael. Hey, Rob. Hey, Rev. Hey, Bruce. Let's see what's going on. Did I go backwards? I would rather not say. And you know what? That's okay. I would like to talk to you about it. So reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me a message. Let's talk. Okay, I'll give you my phone number or whatnot. You are welcome, Mom. LOL. I'll pick deck 3. Deck 3 was this deck. And that was, she was asking about a trip. I think we kind of went with that one already. Let's see what deck 3 has to say. So you're saying, you know what? I don't even remember what the answer was before. I think the pendulum said no. Okay, if I remember right. Would that be correct? Do you remember, Bruce? About her going on a trip?
I was too busy focusing on you need to make the right phone call first.
Yes, call, go to the site, look for Mr. Bruce, and you'll make it happen for you. All right, so going to do this. Here we go. Trying to think of how to do this. Are you going to go on this trip? Let's see where we go. There's some conflict in here. Yep. All right, you got to do some juggling. It's not quite ready to happen yet. We got to find out what's going on and where you're going. Okay. You know what? I'm going to put another card out here. Let's see where this goes. Add to stream. Boom. Let's go here. Bring this over here. All right. So, in regards to your trip using the angels, 7 of Michael, what it's saying is there's something you want to do, but there's still something you've got to deal with. What I find here is a combination of mental stress, mental choices, things you're trying to make happen, and then your physical world. So what I'm seeing is you're over analyzing. You're trying to make sure everything's set up perfect, and sometimes you just can't do that. Sometimes you got to get on the plane and go. Okay. Sometimes you got to get in the car and drive. The 7 of Michaels is saying there might be a better way. You're analyzing the crap out of this, but let Michael come in and help you. While the 8 of Michael is again showing you a path, a way clear or whatnot to make this happen. So you're going to have to turn this over to somebody and get out of your own head. The 5 of Ariel, it's talking about there's help that you need for this, and help is closer than you appear. There's got to be some balancing. There's some juggling going on right now. And all this has got to tie up, get some of this stuff tied up so you can tie it up in a neat little bow. That's what I'm seeing about your trip and why we got a no-go up front. What do you...
The trip...
Go ahead.
I think that the trip itself, in Mom's mind, is actually a very, very small indicator of something bigger going on.
I think you're right.
I think taking the trip itself is nothing. But if you want to take a trip, you'll take a trip. If you want someone to go with you, say, I'm about to go to Jamaica 4 or 5 days, come with me. And if you want to take the trip will happen. You're looking for something more than just a trip. You're looking at the trip as a barometer for something bigger. So ask the question you want to ask rather than just, are you taking a trip?
I think that's awesome. There's the answer to your question. Crystal's partner wants them to have a baby. Having my baby. So now what I would say if there's having problems, is there stress, is there worry? Are we trying too hard? Not just having fun. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with going to the doctor and on both of their parts and saying, is my junk working 100%? There's nothing wrong with getting that checked out. Even just, a visual to say, hey, but I'm really picking up that stress in this is playing a huge part in a blocker. That is coming to me big time. What you got, Bruce? I can see you chomping at the bit.
My filter wants, if you want to have a baby, put your legs behind your head 4 or 5 times a day, invite them in, and just see what happens.
Wow. Tara with an attitude, keeping it real. This is the attitude portion. Hello, it's Crystal's partner, Gabriel. What a time for you to put that one out there. I am wondering the same question as her. Please, could we see what it says for me? Thank you. Absolutely. Now, Gabriel, here's what I want you to know. It doesn't mean there's not a workaround. It doesn't mean I think Bridget's in somebody's ear going, knock it off. Your filter's not working, and the angels have finally said, screw it. Here we go again.
I'm about to go offline. They're about to pull the plug on me. I'm sure they are. But yeah.
Yeah. So, Gabriel, number one, thank you so much for coming on. Bangarang. One of the things, put your intentions. I always say this is a good time to remind people, what is your intention? Set your intentions, manifest it, see it happening. Okay. What's going on? What's in the way? Where is this going at? Like I said, I'm really picking up the stress and the trying too hard. So Gabriel wants to know if he and Crystal are going to have a baby sometime in the near future. Yes. Again, I'm getting a yes. All right. So I'm going to ask this question straight up. Let's see what happens. Is stress or a mental issue playing a part in keeping this from happening? No. So the Rev is wrong. This is it. So let's find out what it is. All right. You realize you accept. So Gabriel, here we go. I'm going to ask, when will this happen? When you realize, when you accept, when you acknowledge, and when you do something. We know the main thing to be done. Okay. All right. I will challenge you. Think about, I don't know why this is coming in, the food, the sodas, the different things that are going into your body. If you're trying to have a baby and it's just not working right now, number one, there may be a block right now. There may be something holding you back. But number two, make sure your body, you're putting the right fuels in your body for that. Wearing the right clothes, everything else. So Gabriel, when is Gabriel and Crystal going to be a daddy? When is Gabriel going to be a daddy? When is he going to have a baby with Crystal? What's got to happen? So when he realizes, all right, it's safe to trust. Is there a trust issue going on? Are you carrying around? Remember I said before that we are talking, I believe there might be something hanging around from an old relationship with Crystal, this trust issue. Where is there a trust issue? That you're in control, you're the king, you're the father. Realize this is something for you that you need to take control of. When you realize that this love is real and you don't have so many things to worry about, you can take care of it, this is going to happen. When you accept, wow, and I'm really picking up this past relationship stuff, that you've moved on. I feel like there might be some guilt, some worry about what you've done in the past, different things, and it worries you. You might be worried, do you trust yourself? All right. It's time to let that shit go and move on. Break through. There's a cloud, the silver lining is ahead. The Queen of Fariel, you found your queen. You found somebody to make a home with. You have found somebody. Now love yourself. Love yourself. Love your wife. Love everything that's going on around you. Take care of yours, and you have to plant what it is you want. When you acknowledge that this is your queen, that you do in fact love yourself, you trust yourself in the physical world, that you can have a home. I feel like you're also worried a lot about finances with this or something, and this is some of what is getting in the way. And then finally, when you act like a kid again, okay? When you stop, y'all are doing it just to have fun because you're enjoying each other. You're too emotionally tied right now to the outcome of, am I a man? Am I getting the job done? You know what? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. All right? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. You're getting the job done. All right? And there's nothing wrong with taking a look and saying, okay, knowledge here. Page of Raphael. Bridget, a lot of Raphael in the house. Bridget loves Raphael. Raphael is one of Bridget's angels. And a new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationships at social invitations. Great intuitive insights. Listen to your heart. Okay. If you know this is right, you know you got a home. And for some of us that have been in multiple relationships, I'm not saying you have, you know, we have to sit back sometimes and say, this isn't the same thing. If your intentions are, where does this relationship relate to how my past relationships go? That's your intentions. That's what you're putting out there. So therefore, the worry, the sweat, the wonder, that's, you know, that's why you're there. See what you're putting out, understand it, and go. I do see this happening. I do see y'all doing this together. All right. And that's what is going on. Okay. Ironically, my wife just passed me a note. She came in, Gillian came in, and guess what? It's written in green. So I want you to see that. And green is growth, the cups, building, doing that. This is what's cool. And it starts with, I'm home. So I take all these things together to, yes, y'all can make this happen. Chill out, trust each other, love each other, get back to having fun. Don't make it about a chore. You'll make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. You know, hold on. Bruce has got something to say. Let's see what's going on. And only the Lord knows, evidently, what's fixing to come out of Mr. Bruce's mouth. Here we go.
Read the bottom of the Queen of Ariel card, please.
Okay. Sometimes this card's hard to read in my light, so that's what I'm saying. Nurture yourself and those you love. All right? The ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice.
Practical and wise advice. Partner, they aren't married. I'm assuming they aren't married.
That's true.
If they're talking about having a child, social convention dictates that a child is going to do better in a two-partner home. If they're not committed to each other enough to be married, then how can they both communally commit to a child? Throwing it out there, whether you believe it or not, don't believe it or not, that is up to you. But once you commit to each other and you're actually going to go ahead and be walking this path together, then you can bring along somebody else with you. But if you haven't committed enough to go ahead and be on this path together forever, I'm just arbitrarily, that's probably going to get that struck me when Queen of Ariel came up. That struck me.
And you know what? You're reading cards, Bruce, and that's intuition. And you know what? That gave me a whole new insight into it. So that's crap your dad should have told you. Okay. And this is what he's talking about here is in today's world, and I'm going to put it in a different vein. If you don't trust each other enough to join, how are you going to bring that trust in together to have a child? Where are you going to be? And if y'all are saying that that's an issue, that's what we've been getting at is where that's what the cards have been saying. I admire Bruce for what he just saw. Okay. And what he felt. And this is what, when you realize, when you accept, when you acknowledge, and you do. And I want you to remember what the last you do was. What was that? Let me bring that card up. Did I shuffle them back in? Yes, I did. Let me see what. Yeah, I already put them up. If I'm remembering right, that was the page of Raphael. And that
Yes.
was opening up, loving with your whole heart. Think of a teenager with passion. We want to have a family. We want to be together. We want to live this life as one. That would be that passion, desire, and true agape love while you're trying to build a family. Did I say that right, Bruce?
Yes, you did. And actually, I want to go ahead and give a prop to Bridget because she thinks I'm not paying attention when she's actually telling me this stuff. And I actually am kind of,
That was, you impressed the hell out of me there. That was really good. And I like getting you to use your intuition because you do have intuition. You call it more common sense, okay? Or what you believe. But that is what intuition is, you know? Let's see what's happening. So, hi, Gabriel. Gabriel, you need to understand there is so much love around you and for you. I'm just picking this up, okay? And I don't think you fully trust it or believe it that people can love you as much as they do, or acceptance. That just really hit me hard. And I think some of that is what's coming in with this stop thinking so much. Go with your heart. Bruce, you got anything else?
if you want to actually go ahead and have a child, do what you can to go ahead and make that child prosper and grow. I am not a big marriage advocate. Bridget and I have been together 20 years. We're not married, but I'm not going anywhere, neither is she. We're going to die together. So, I mean, I'm not a big marriage fan, but if you're younger and actually want to have a life together and build a family, social convention says you should be married. And I'm sure that's playing on it some. And if you're talking about having a kid, you've had the conversation about should we be married? Why aren't we married? Have that conversation first.
I think
So
that's
that's
very well. Boom. I'm going to leave it right there. I like that. And again, it's just a point of view, and you're able, don't get mad, it's two people. I'm giving you what I see in the cards. Bruce is giving you what he feels in his heart. Again, crap your dad should have taught you. So that's one of those things of where you at. And so many people are operating in a state of fear anymore. It is why and fear helps us make our decisions. You know what? When you have a child with this woman, are you going to put your name on the birth certificate or not? Is she going to allow your name to go on the birth certificate? If so, you're going to be legally bound to some things anyways. So it changes things. So rather than just two people, Gilly and I lived together for a while. Okay. We didn't get married. And then finally, I heard someone talking to me and, telling a story about, on her side of the family, a much older gentleman that was in a relationship for years, and he wanted to get married. She would not. And finally he put, we're either getting married or we're done. And she walked away. And she's like, what's the deal? He said, I want the people to know when you're laying next to me that you are more than just my girlfriend, that we made a commitment. I'm not going whether that's right or wrong. That spoke to me.
And
it
I
spoke
would rather,
to Gillian.
and I want to know that Bridget lives with me by choice, not because she is legally bound to be there with me.
And I agree with that. But see, and never stop me. It's what.
But I mean, and there is, me and Bridget have actually discussed getting married several times. And and you know what? If either one of us wanted to, if it was important to us, we love and consider our feelings enough that if either of us said yes, I want to go and do this, and had a really viable reason for it, we would. And I think we both know that. But at this point, she's free to leave. I'm free to leave. We're here by choice, and we've been here by choice for 20 years, and probably not going anywhere. So I mean, and that's kind of our take on it.
And that's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be either way.
I don't need,
That was
I
my
don't need,
view.
I don't need the state or the church telling me you have been granted permission to go ahead and do this. No, I don't need that, and it's not important to either of us. I love her and she
Right.
loves me, and we know that.
Right. But I think to your point too, what I will say is have the discussion. Why are we living the way we're living? If you're discussing bringing a child into the world, know what's
Well,
going on.
and if we were going to 20 years ago, if we're gonna have a kid, I'm sure we would have been, because that's how the child is supposed to be raised.
Yeah. That's what I say. Y'all, there never was a thought about y'all having a child. So that,
Well, there was 20 years ago.
oh,
I mean,
20
we've been in
years
it
ago.
for a long time,
Okay.
and yeah, I mean, there was. I mean, and we have, but yeah, we it was a point of discussion for several times.
All
Stan,
right.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Like I said, I'm off the whole, I call it the cork theory, that yes, you got several things going around at the same time, and we're only able to go ahead and perceive one of those on a very, very slow arc of that. We see it linearly, but actually there's a whole river and a whole curve it's going through. I agree with you 100%. And I'm sure
So
somewhere along
I just want to make sure. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were done. I want to make sure that I'm understanding this concept, and I'm not disagreeing. Okay.
about
But
time or marriage.
basically, time.
Okay.
Banger. We moved on now from
Yeah.
marriage
Next.
into time. you it was one of those things. There's a TikTok thing going on right now that is, it's meant in jest, but it was like, why does the, wife have to cook for the husband? And the husbands are saying because by law they have to feed the prisoner, so and it's meant in jest. You can see it or whatnot. But, so when we're talking time, okay, so Stan, I want to make sure you understand, I'm understanding this concept. When we say time is linear, okay, linear could be this way or this way, okay, but there are several timelines existing at the same time. Are we talking about they're overlapping so then we could move from timeline to timeline? Or are we talking about they are different? I'd be interested. That's why I want to have Stan on. I want to talk this because it's going to be hard to do while we type,
I think
And
I think
we're coming up on 2 hours here, Mr. Bruce.
I think that somewhere along the line there is a timeline that has me being bald and you having hair, and we being in the exact same position. I think
Okay.
that there are multiple timelines. I think that every time you make a decision that impacts a certain criteria, whatever it may be, another timeline splits off, and there are a infinite number of timelines. Uh, and like I said, there are certain times that we will intersect. There have probably been a decision during this show that has started a whole new timeline.
Okay.
I don't know what the qualifications are for it. I don't know what starts it, but yes, somewhere along the line there is a whole new time. If my angel had not pulled the plug on me, there'd be a whole new timeline about something else.
Okay. I have often said that if I had my druthers, okay, when we get to heaven or wherever we go from here, that I could take some time, have a reel of my life, a whole movie, okay? And as I play it, particularly just yes or no decisions. I said yes here. Click. What would have happened if I'd have said no? I said no here. What would have, just to see because this is where I think when I say nothing's written in stone, I think you're proving my point about that just because the cards are saying right now, something isn't supposed to happen. I had a young lady the other day ask me if she was going to get all of her stuff back, and there was more to that, and I'm not going to violate her confidence because she sent me a thing, and I said no, but it means the way things are sitting right now, you can do things, work through things or whatnot, and change your stars. You can change the way your life goes. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Changing
We have
stars.
contracts. Huh?
No, I was going to go ahead and have a Heath Ledger reference about changing your stars, but
Oh yeah, that's where I got that from. Yeah,
yeah.
That's where I got that from. We have contracts to help others with lessons as they help us with ours. My struggles have only made me strong. It's true. Good.
Before we get too far off topic, somewhere along the line, if you have an hour and a half to burn, there's a movie probably from the 90s. It's called Defending Your Life. I mentioned it on one of our
You did, and I have not seen that.
Defending Your Life. It is not supposed to go ahead and be a spiritual kind of movie, but it follows a lot of our discussions and stuff. So if you had an hour and a half to burn, find it, watch it. It is not an hour and a half. It's got Rip Torn. It's got Meryl Streep in it. It's actually a really, really good movie. Oh, I know how to put on the brakes. Sometimes I just don't apply them enough. I mean, my filter's working. My filter's working, and if you'd be amazed at if this startles you, you'd be amazed at what the filter catches.
Oh yeah, if you know, yes, okay. Especially when Bruce and I are on a cruise ship or we're having fun together, it can get a little dicey. You know, Bridget has said, you guys are just, yeah, no. There have been glitches in the internet all day. Yes, there have. Yes, there.
My angels are using that as an excuse. They say whenever a miracle happens, things happen for a reason, like miracles. Everybody says that, well, a miracle happened because these things came together and science can prove it. And yes, absolutely. But the mechanism of those things being able to corroborate at one certain point and happen, the chances of that are 1 in a million. But yes, the mechanism was put into place to go ahead and have that happen. Why did the Sea of Galilee run blood red? Well, it was because you had algae and it was the sun and you had this and the pH. Yes, but it happened. But it's a 1 in 10 million chance. That's a miracle if those things come together. So yes, get to the internet happened, but they happened because somebody had to go ahead and protect my filter today.
Yeah, and
does that make sense?
No, I think it does. I think, again, I don't know if I was drunk, if it would have, or I would have been like, yeah, brother, preach it,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I got it. There are, I have said all along, some people want to say that everything is a stroke of God, creation. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, the whole thing, or whatnot. If you actually read the creation story as far as heaven, earth, planet Earth, okay, it follows the science of how a planet's created, okay? So, it's one of those things of, would God not use scientific methods if this is what's happening? There are, so I'm with you on it, that certain things, when all the stars align, something that might have just been an incident, well, today, that taking a different route out of the blue on the way home from work and finding out there was a 5-car pileup with 4 or 5 people dead, and your timing tells you there's a very good chance I could have been in the middle of that. Was that just luck, or did something speak to you? And is it a combination of both? So yeah, no, I'm with you. Mom says that Gillian pulled Michael same card on Saturday. See, I don't remember what I pulled 10 minutes ago. So I'm glad you remember. I tell people that all the time. So that Michael card, if it's the one I'm remembering, I think it was the 7 of Michael. It is that whole idea of there's a different way. There's a better way. There's something you're missing. And if it was the 8 of Michael, that is still, let me lead you. Let me show you how to make this happen. So good. Let's see what's going on here. All right, Bridget. Howard Stern of Tarot Attitude. There we go. Boom. It was funny. Bridget was in a, I saw this, I'll post your comment. I think a different show the other day, and the F word came up, fuckingness, something like that. And the comment didn't get posted, but I brought it up. So here we'll post it. It's one of those things. Let's find out what's going on. Indigo, my sorry husband, my sorry husband doesn't know how to act. Wow, here we go. Boom, bam, bing.
That was a shot for the put your legs behind your head and see what happens comment. She thought that was really off base.
Yeah, because
I stand beside it though. You want to get pregnant, that's the first step.
Wow.
And that comes out again throwing shit at me.
Oh, wise words, Bruce. There we go. Some people can see multiple timelines. Stan, I want to have you on with me and Bruce as soon as possible this week, Wednesday or something evening when you get home.
Nope.
Huh?
We're supposed to pop on sometime this week and do.
Oh, that's right. You're going to Cancun
from the beach.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a little mini show for about 30 minutes to come on and kind of fill some void. I'm going to have the beach in the background of me, and we'll do the whole thing, and we'll talk about travel and stuff. But next week sometime we'll bring it back. Maybe so. But like I said, we're supposed to do a mini show this week sometime. And that's going to be, but yeah, we can go ahead and get into whatever later on. Yeah.
I would love that. I think this is a great discussion. I would love to have that. Folks, one of the things to remind everybody, this Saturday, 6 o'clock, go to the link down below for Tarot Simplified 2. We did find out there was a problem with the link, so people couldn't get in. It's been redone, so I moved everything to next week. Tarot Simplified 2. You don't have to be on camera if you want to. Linda, I would say, come on, be in there. You're going to be with other people. And if you're going to do a YouTube show, baby, let's start getting you in there and getting you seen. You got quite a story to tell because I want to do that with you at some other point. But Saturday's going to be about let's do some spreads. Let's do some card interpretations. Let's ask questions, things like that. The following Saturday is the mindfulness course. Make sure down below, links for everything. You can go join them, find out what's up, hit the buttons. Now, the most important thing, no matter what happens today, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure we're telling people that we were here and you had a good time. Okay? That's important. And most importantly, take what you want. Bruce, you got anything you want to say before we leave?
Leave what you don't.
But
that's my part of it. That's my part of it. You're positive, and I'm the whole attitude part of it.
Take what you want.
Leave what you don't.
But leave with some peace, love, and light.
Ooh, I got
Bangerang! Huh?
I got a part of that. Cool. Yeah, do it, Rob. Come on, Rob.
Bangerang. Have a good one, everybody.
Be well, everybody.
All right, let's go here.